What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to EU4. If it started 100 years early, it's been quite a long journey. We're getting towards sort of the ending, I think. Few suggestions. I think what we'll do is we'll go to 1721, and then I'll do one bonus episode where we go a lot further into the future. But we'll probably have, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It depends how many years we get through in this episode, I guess. We might be on like 1721. You know what? Should we just do it today? 25 years. I think we do 20 an episode, so it'll only make it a bit longer. We'll do it today, and then we'll do a bonus episode, I guess, in the coming days. I think that works. Hopefully, and yeah, we'll just go like really far. You know, maybe we'll go present day, assuming it doesn't crash. Just try run it to 2022. See what this world transforms into. I could I'll time lapse it as well. Also, Shun just completely changed into Tang, which. That just happened. I'll time lapse it to 2022. I think I can figure out how to do it. We'll sort of stay zoomed out and show you the whole world. And hopefully, it's kind of difficult. You won't be able to see the smaller parts, but maybe I'll figure it out. I'll make something. Okay, I'm gonna take the creative control on this one. See what I can come up with. Byzantium at war with Oman. Oh, but are you allied to the Mamluks as well now? Byzantium's allies are OP. France, Aquileia, Russia, and Mamluks. That's pretty, yeah, very diplomatic from Byzantium, which I think works for them. I think they're trying to, obviously they're probably trying to do a lot of things well. All the AI are, but you know their goal is probably getting into that top 8 great powers. They're one of those who could get in there if someone else has some bad luck. They have some more good luck. Problem for them is, I guess, where do you expand? That's kind of an issue. You know, there's little bits here, but like Dol-Qadir is allied to Mamluks, so it's not exactly easy. Armenia, obviously Russia, Hungary are not options, nor Aquileia if you're going to be friends with them. So they are limited in their choice, but we'll see what they get up to. But yeah, Tang is here. They seem bigger as well. It seems like they've eaten some of the other countries too. I don't know, maybe that is why they've climbed to 8th place. Oh, it says where they're from. Great power from Asia, Mamluks from Africa, Europe. Oh, was it? So Russia is from Europe according to this. There we go, Asia. So Asia's got 2 representatives, 1 for Africa and 5 then for Europe. Portugal well ahead of the others, and I think you could argue Portugal actually represents, I don't know where the sum of development is more, whether, I'm guessing Africa, because there's just so much. You can argue Portugal is from Africa at this point as well, in terms of a great power, because like this is probably most their strength. I know Rio de Prata is really good, and Carabas isn't bad either, and there's Portuguese Peru there as well. I'm sure there's other little bits elsewhere. They're not actually in North America, but elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, this is most of Portugal's strength, just the dominance they've had in this continent, pretty much unopposed. Castile was briefly here. Been kicked out, but yeah, you can see, I mean, look, Portuguese Mali here has nearly 100k troops just to themselves. So yeah, that is, I mean, I don't know strategically if that helps. You know, if they went to war, would those troops be ready to come all the way to Europe in time? But overall, it all counts in that leaderboard. Catching Delhi sadly probably is off the cards, at least for now, but you never know. There's, like I said, if I run it through till say 2022, who knows what happens. Delhi does have a lot of troops, but again, they've not been too aggressive in their expansion. I mean, they started this with being the biggest in India, they were most of the north, and yeah, they've grabbed the rest of it. A lot of the stuff here they've grown south, and they've grown west as well, but nothing huge. You know, they've not conquered everything. I mean, China's not really materialized. Tang is maybe starting now to turn the table a little bit, but even then, they're still going to be suffering quite a bit from just not being too good. Was that previous emperors going back to when? Where'd that come from? Where'd it go? 1578. Okay. Wait, we're only in 1700. Some of these emperors are dying very quickly. I mean, that first one there died in 2 years. He didn't have a good time. Ji1 He, who's sort of in the middle of that list, had a great time. I don't know why his name's on there twice. I guess he claimed it twice. Oh yeah, no, okay, sorry, he didn't die. They just redid it. Okay, he didn't die in 2 years. Lucky guy. One tributary, Goryu is still a tributary, but they're of course not as good anymore with Japan starting to grow in the region. Russia's also becoming more influential. I see they have a lot of boats here. Geez, yeah, a lot, quite a few ships of varying types out this way towards the Pacific. So they're making the most of that land. Europe's still pretty quiet. There's a little war there between Hesse and Munster. I feel like the European wars are quite big now whenever they happen, so... did Britain get out of this? No. Okay, sorry, it's because I clicked on Hungary first. Yeah, Bavaria also very strong. So maybe we'd see in some teams, if we were to maybe get a big war scenario of, say, Bavaria v Byzantium, because obviously Byzantium would call in all of this, although they just lost France at some point. Ends in 1704. I'm guessing France just chose to break that. Maybe one of them's eyeing up the other one. They're not particularly close, so I don't know what that's about. Delhi v Chagatai again. Just yeah, they're just a falling empire, I'd say at this point. Maldives, Pegu as well. Definitely land that Delhi will be interested in, want to take over. Canada. I feel for them. They're getting poor former Scotland. Only ally is Mainz. Can't find anyone, but they do have some territory up here, I guess. But yeah, North America mainly split between Aragon, Britain, and France. At the moment, we've got pretty defined regions as well. Aragon, sort of in the center, south. Well, I guess the south, there's Mexico, and then the west. You've got France in sort of the north and the middle. And then Britain's more to the east, where there is other bits of French territory, Florida. I think it's all just part of Nouvelle Flandre. And this bit's just owned by France in Cuba. Must be annoying Portugal, you'd imagine, a tiny bit. It's pointed out these guys are a pirate republic, which is pretty cool. Oh, was it Pirate Republic? Yeah, Pirate Principality. So we've got the pirates of the Caribbean, but Portugal is not only allied to them, but subsidizing them. Maybe they're raiding all of Aragon's trade using Portugal's money. That would be quite funny. Portugal funding it. Alban, Brazil, still growing slowly, which is pretty cool. Sadly, like I said, I don't think Britain can ally them and protect them anymore, so that's a bit sad. Colombia has pretty much collapsed since getting their independence, so that's the remnants of Castiles. That was one of the last sort of bits of Castile out there. There is still this Florida colony province, but that's about it. I don't know if there is anything else left really for Castile. And even this isn't theirs anymore. This is just, but like I said, it's part of their legacy, and it's just been swamped by the natives. Portugal and Britain also took a chunk for themselves. Aragon could build the Panama Canal. I don't think it's been done yet. Not exactly clear to see. I mean, no, yeah, it looks like it's been done. Because the line is going through, right? It wouldn't go through if it wasn't. Maybe it's not that sophisticated. I don't know. Also, it could be built somewhere else, I guess, but normally it's here. It won't. Is there a way? I thought it would show up here if it was built. Maybe not. I don't know. Actually, there should be a graph. You can see if it's built. I think the same goes actually for the Suez Canal. Although there again, there is trade flowing through this arrow. So maybe. But then I guess you could get off the boat this side, you know, I don't know, horse, camel, probably Egypt, camel, seems more likely than horse, over here and then get on the boat again, so maybe that's not. But I think when I built it recently, it was definitely, there was something here graphically to show it. It's still obviously 100 years before the normal game ends, so maybe that's why it's not there yet. It also costs a lot of money. It's like 20,000, I think, or some of them are. I think the Kiel Canal is 10, maybe Suez is 20, and Panama's 30, or the other way around. But yeah, doesn't look like there's a canal here either. Yeah. Anyway, it is very quiet right now. Dol Kadiri Post. Did that just get a lot bigger, or am I going? Am I just losing my memory? I feel like that seems a lot bigger than it was a few seconds ago. There we go. Delhi did not take too much off Chagatai that time. I'm guessing maybe they were attacking some of the others more. They did finally push... I was going to say Japan pushed Goryeo out of Japan, but I think it was actually... It might have been this province, and maybe Yamana did it, who is still a daimyo under Japan. But they've got a high liberty desire, but yeah, you're not getting your independence. Japan's way too strong. Even if Tang helped you, that would be quite difficult, just because their troops are pretty handicapped at the moment with all those modifiers. Negative modifiers. There is a war here, but I think it might have ended before. Oh no, it's still going. Okay, who is... Oh, this is... Yeah, this is a super alliance. I do not know what has caused this, because that's scarier than the one that I thought might show up. Austria, this isn't the Austria v Croatia one. That is also there. It's the Lucca-Hafsid Punitid War. So the Hafsids must have somehow got a coalition. I think because they've been expanding into Italy too much. And that's a lot of aggressive expansion. And Bavaria was in it, which obviously brings in Britain and Hungary. So that's fired, or Lucca fired it, which is very bold of them, to recover their land, I think. So fair enough. So it's Lucca, Bavaria, Hungary, Bosnia, all of Britain and their friends. Siena, mixed. I don't know how exactly some of these Native Americans are in. I'm guessing they're allied to Aragon. Or part owned by Aragon, maybe? I don't know why they're here, actually, because I thought they'd have to be in the coalition, or maybe Aragon owns them. And then all of Aragon's colonies as well. So that's not going to go well for the Hafsids, but they do have Jermian, Dulkadir, and the Mamluks. So yeah, this will not go too well for this region, I would imagine, once everyone else turns up. I mean, luckily for them, Portugal's not in, because obviously that would be very bad for the Mamluks to have all of Portugal in. So they'll probably get away with it. But yeah, why are these other... Aragon... Ah, there you go. Vassals. Mixtec, Matlazinka, and Yucatan, which I believe are all... Well, I thought Yucatan was going to be here like Yucatan, but they're up here. Okay, so Yucatan, Mixtec. So these two would be integrated and probably become more of Aragonese Mexico. And I guess it's the same for wherever the other one is. I think it's that one, yeah. So that will at least grow Aragonese Mexico even more. There's actually no land left to colonize in Northern America. Well, there is, okay. There's the very top bits. But outside of that, in actual USA, everything is gone. There's bits of Canada, but in USA, everything's now gone, so only war now for that. I think South America's getting there too. There's little bits down here for Portugal, should they go for them eventually. Alban Brazil and Aragonese Brazil and Portuguese Peru will probably also grab a few bits between now and the end. Just zoom out, see how's it looking. 1708, 13 years or so till we hit 1721. See how far I can zoom out. There we go, we can sort of see most of the world. This box, I don't know, is there a way to get rid of this? Oh, there is. Jeez, there's not a way, sadly, also I can't get rid of these bits. Let me zoom out. It won't let me zoom out anymore. So we'll just assume Australia is going to stay with Portugal, I guess. Sort of try and have as much of it on as possible. We'll miss bits of Alaska and, yeah, Alaska from both sides, really. But I feel like that's probably the best way. And if I have it here, that sort of covers everything. Yeah, if I do something like this, then you can sort of watch what goes on. Sped up quite a bit. And you'll see the major changes, see who gets their independence. Obviously, it's kind of hard with no zooming in on Europe. Maybe I'll do that every now and again. I don't know, maybe we could just keep going. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But obviously I do want to start a Civ 5 one as well. The Hafsids are winning in their defense at the moment. I think it's because they've not been occupied yet. Yeah, and that's because the Mamluks are here as well. But once they get over here, start putting the pressure on, I think that will change. Although at the moment, Aragon is going to struggle by themselves. Oh no, Sweden took one of Alba's provinces. Yeah, you can tell they're not defended. If this province dies, I don't know exactly what happens to Alban Brazil. Will we just have sort of a Scottish cultured Brazil kind of emerge? It actually says hi Brazilian. It's the culture, it's not Scottish. There's a real mix of cultures. You've got Mexican over here. Aragonese. I think that's because I think the Mexican is where Castile sort of got kicked out to kind of Mexico and then went to other places. I think that's why. In some cases, but there's Mexican, there's a lot of Aragonese, Argentinian, which I guess as it evolves over time, it becomes its own thing. That's why it's not Portuguese anymore. Maybe that's what it is, I don't know. But yeah, it's become Argentinian, but there's still Norwegian there as well. And yeah, up here you've got Texan now as its own, Mexican, Aragonese, more Mexican, American up there, Quebecois. Sorry, I probably butchered that pronunciation. There is American, Canadian, English. This area is just a complete mess. Scottish, American, English, French is in there as well. I don't know what that is. Orlangian, because it's French, which I guess is Orleans, right? Probably that's what Orléans. There you go. Maybe throwing a guess at it. Egyptian, Arab, Turkish. There you go. Lots of different ones across Europe. English, Francian. Spain very divided up, as is Italy, Germany. Even over here. Aragon is struggling, and I think France may have attacked them here separately. Which doesn't help their cause. Oh no, wait, is France on the Hafsid's team? They are. Okay, some of these things can never be explained. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to look. Byzantium, Austria, Ferrara, Guelra. This is probably a great power intervention from France. I don't think. I don't think we'll find another explanation. Which is an interesting decision. I have no idea where any of their troops are. Oh, here they are in Italy. But yeah, that should help the Hafsids out. But it's going to be quite a challenge for France. They'll have to beat Aragon. Bavaria and Hungary's troops probably will focus on them as well. So that's going to be tough, although Bavaria has now arrived out this way in Halab. Oh yeah, Bavaria 2 stacks here, and Britain and Hungary with some big stacks coming through the Caucasus Mountains. But yeah, France, I mean, it helps them. It certainly balances things out overall, but I would still say they're going to be in a tough spot here. Although saying that, the Mamluks have arrived in actual Aragon, so they will essentially be fighting alongside the French in these battles. So that helps, certainly. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it, but that obviously has huge ramifications yet for French Louisiana and Canada as well. Elsewhere in the world. Oh, Britain's now landed, or is landing. Oh no, they're on this Jersey island. This is a new addition. I don't believe that's in the normal game. Again, this map is slightly different in the extended timeline mod. At the moment, it is going the Hafsid's way. That is so many battles there. I'm not going to go through them all, but they have about 15 war score, 13. Oh no, maybe it's going to drop now. But yeah, look at Aragon, fully sieged out, or getting that way, with the help of France. And France is defending themselves okay at the moment, but Bavaria, there's some troops there, a bit menacing. Obviously, if Britain uses their navy, they could cross, but maybe they don't want to. The Mamluks also coming under siege here to Bavaria, and the Huns. And Aragon is... okay, there's a lot of troops here as well. It's going to get very messy, I think, before it ends. Yeah, the Hafsids, despite having Aragon fully sieged out now, are seeing their war score decline. So it's not going super well for them. Oh, they've changed again into Chin. They are up to 7th though as a great power, and Majapahit also joins the list. Oh, there's a new institution. That would be why. Some of them have dropped off. I think Britain doesn't exist on this list either anymore. That's why Shun, now Quinn or Chin, got in the first place, because Britain dropped off because they don't exist in theory anymore. They're part of Bavaria's score. But yeah, Majapahit has replaced someone else, one of the Europeans. Yeah, France is not on that list anymore. So Majapahit has got in there. Well done, guys. It's quite impressive. I'm guessing France just got separate peace. They will probably be on there again once they embrace. But for now, they have not. I don't know what one it is, 21. Guessing by the era? No, I'm not going to guess. I don't know what it is. It must be one that's not European focused, because as you see, the Europeans actually don't have it apart from Bavaria. Like Russia's not got it, Aragon's not got it, Portugal's not even got it, France doesn't have it. Delhi is becoming an economic hegemon. That is concerning. They're not going to lose a war, so they are not going to lose that, and they will be getting some nice bonuses when it is completed, including a reduction in war exhaustion, foreign spy detection up, and mercenary manpower up. They'll also get 25% more goods produced, which is really the best part, I think, and a governing capacity modifier, which will really help them out as well as the biggest nation. So yeah, an economic hegemon for Delhi. I don't know if anyone's close to the other two. 250 heavy ships or 1 million soldiers are the requirements. I would not imagine. Never mind, Delhi does have 1 million soldiers, but they do not obviously have... What are they not? They can't do 2. So it's going to be a while, I guess, till Russia maybe gets there. And then heavy ships. So look, 93 is the most, tied. Nowhere near 250. There was a peace deal. It looks like the Hafsids a bit smaller, and Tripoli got released, but overall, not a huge defeat for them. I think it was pretty equal, but once France got separate peace, they probably wanted to get out of that as soon as possible, which makes sense. Hassa and the Mamluks via Oman again. They're just not slowing down. I wonder if Delhi will soon get involved with one of the other great powers. They've been very isolated. Obviously, the Mamluks are sort of edging closer, particularly down here in the bottom of Saudi Arabia or the Arabian Peninsula. And then, I mean, if they keep going north, they are allied to some of Russia's sort of. You know, you'd imagine Russia would have taken Sibir if they weren't allied to Delhi, for example. So I don't know how well their relations are. They don't rival each other, which at least is at least good. Delhi themselves does not actually have any rivals because of their size. What's this war here? Oh, Sweden, Poland. Okay, well they should lose to Austria, I would imagine. And yep, you can see, although Poland has a 70k still, but yeah, you'd imagine I thought Austria would win, but maybe not. Wait, what happened here? This has not happened for a very long time. Okay, wait, what? I think Portugal just decided not to defend their stuff, which is fair enough. Portugal v Aragonese Brazil. It's all the... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I see why. Okay. This is going to get very confusing. Okay. Aragon and all of their colonies, with Japan's help, is fighting for their freedom. But because while you do that, you become independent with no allies, Portugal's been opportunistic and taken the moment. So this could be the fall of the Aragonese Empire, because not only they might get their independence, but then Portugal may just take them out. Be careful what you wish for, because I think Aragon and Portugal... No, that friendship is now over officially, but... Yeah, that is supporting the independence of Yolongu. I don't know who owns them. I don't know who Portugal will probably just break them free and then take them for themselves, so... They do seem like they're the villain in this game, Portugal. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on how these two wars go, because it's all of them for their independence. None of Aragon's colonies wanted to stay, so Pacific, Louisiana, Mexico, Brazil, and California. If they all got their independence, that would be big, but again, then Portugal might just eat all of them, so it's not great. But yeah, having a big California here. I don't know where Aragonese Pacific actually is, but... Oh, that's the Moluccas and stuff, isn't it? Down here. Well, that's going to create a lot of new countries if they win. Mexico would be quite a big one to be released. Louisiana as well. Obviously, Britain. Yeah, this could have a huge impact. But it's not gone well for Brazil. That's for sure. I don't know how the war scores will interlink. Like, will they be able to get... The worst thing could be that Portugal eats a load of their land and then they still don't get their independence. Then Aragon's just really lost out. I guess the worst thing for Aragon would be them to be independent. And then whether they lose land or not doesn't matter for Aragon, but it would... Yeah, Aragon's no longer a great power. Because they might have also been one that fell off. Oh no, France is back. Aragon is gone. That's what's happened there. This is what happens. Your empire, you lose that war. You have a moment of weakness. And yeah, this is... Oh, that is rough. 15 war score. I don't know... Japan must... Did you support their independence, Japan? That is quite a... interesting of you to get involved. Oh, I think it's because they're helping Aragonese Pacific, who is not the one declaring independence, but... They're obviously interested. They're receiving trade power from them. Oh wait, sorry, that's their own one. There's a Japanese Pacific somewhere. Where's that? I don't see it. Is that just the islands? It might just be a ton of tiny islands that I can't see. Oh yeah, it looks like it's out here. Doesn't seem to be. That might be it. I don't know how they've got it off of one province, but there you go. Oh no, there's another one there, and I'm guessing more of these are... It's a mix. Aragon and Japan are pretty similar red colours, so it's hard to tell. Okay, I'm focusing on these main wars. Russia has now attacked Aragonese California and Pacific. So we'll see. It's not looking good for Aragon right now. The order of the peace deals could be huge here. That is key. Now, Aragonese California sort of borders Russia up here, but we saw Russia with a good navy. So I don't know. I would guess Russia would probably win this. Again, what they would do, I'm not sure. There's also a lot of Californian peasants taking over, but they're going to get taken care of now. If the big peace deal would be if the big event would be if the independence war fails first, then Aragon would, I guess, would join to defend these two. Like automatic, they would take over as the war leader, and then they would be at war with Russia, which I'm sure they could probably get an even war score out of. But more importantly, there'd be a war with Portugal and all of their friends, which would be really big because they've been friends for like the whole game. And then all of a sudden, yeah, that would not be good. I think Aragon would still lose, but it would change things a bit. Crazy event. I saw Alban, Brazil was in a war as well. I don't know how it's gone for them. It didn't look like it went too badly. Oh, it's with Mosquito. Oh, I think it's because they might have this province here. I think that's what. Yeah, it is. It's for that. Okay, that's not going to be a problem then. They might lose it, but it's not a disaster. Still no real signs of it. It looks like Portugal might get their peace deal first, though. Meanwhile, Sweden could take Alba out. They just, or not, was it Sweden? Yes, there's Sweden and Scandinavia. That's nice and confusing. course, Scandinavia is what was formerly Denmark, who had that recovery. And there we go, we're into the final year before we stop for today. We'll figure out what to do. Do leave a comment if you really want me to keep going, but obviously we can only keep going for like this for so long. But if you think maybe switch into sort of a time-lapsey sort of thing where I feel like I maybe jump in every 100 years and zoom in a bit more, see what's happened, I think that could work quite well, and maybe do that up to the present day, and then that's sort of like what three jumps in into 18, 19 and 1800s, 1900s, and then like 2020. That might be the best thing. Just do one big sort of bumper episode to wrap it up. But yeah, if you do want me to keep going, obviously we can only do, we'll be able to do less years probably. France is now at war with Aragonese Mexico. Oh no. Aragon, you need to peace out of this very soon. Problem is Aragon's losing again. This could definitely be the fall of Aragon's empire. And maybe them in Europe as well. I mean, if Portugal and them did go head to head, we saw France beat them. I'm guessing Portugal would also be capable of beating them, especially with all the help they'll be getting. Yeah, Aragon could fall. France and Portugal could be feasting on that territory. That would really change Europe. But there we go, 17. Okay, we'll finish this year just because I've missed the whatever date I was thinking of stopping on, like the start of the year. I can't believe it's running so quick still. It's going good. There you go. It's nice. Watch it just crash now I've said that. Russia did peace out. I don't know if they took anything. Nope, they took nothing. So that's at least good news for Aragonese California. I don't know. They did attack the Pacific as well. Did they take anything down here? Maybe they took this island. But maybe they got this themselves. I'm not gonna... I have no idea. But maybe they got it. Ooh, that is... Okay, there's a few things there, Russia. I'm going to stop in a second. But big of things to note before whatever comes next. This is not so big. A little war on the border. They are guaranteeing the independence of Chagatai, which, as I said, would bring them into some conflict potentially with Delhi. Now, those are the two biggest militaries. I don't know if tech favors one or the other, but that would be pretty... That would definitely be the biggest sort of head-to-head you could possibly have. I guess Bavaria maybe, if you added everything up for Hungary and Britain, maybe could overtake them. But there we go. Let me pause this. Oh, no, it unpaused again. 1722. So there we go. We'll do another 300 years in some sort of time-lapse mixed with me hopping in to zoom in on sort of, you know, Europe and stuff, which you can't always see from this far out. Show exactly what's happened. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.